Okay, this is my E-Z-GO electric golf cart parts unit. This is a relatively complete parts chassis. It does have some dents and bruises on it, but the important stuff on this machine are all here and functional. Steering minus the steering wheel, brakes, rear end, everything. I'm considering converting this from electric to gas. The issue I have is it did not come with an electric motor. I know a lot of people take the original electric motor and they take it all apart and they use the shaft from the original electric motor and, well, the sprocket onto that. I don't have that option. I know that's what Cars and Cameras did, and a lot of videos out there, that's what they did to convert any golf cart from electric to gas. My question is there a kit available that will adapt that spline shaft on that rear end? Sorry about that. So it can accept a sprocket. I've pretty much narrowed down on what I'm going to use on an engine. Probably about a 13 horse clone style engine with a torque converter, clutch, and chain drive to the rear end. The only issue I have is getting the power from that torque converter through the chain to the rear end, since I don't have the original electric motor to take apart and use as a donor. So I'm curious, is there a part available or a kit available to actually do this and make this actually work correctly? Remember, electric motors are electric, engines are gas. A lot of people screw up on that, but that's what I'm thinking about doing on this. It's a reasonably clean, E-Z-GO electric golf cart, but it really doesn't have any value as a golf cart anymore. It's been picked apart. The motor, the controller, all that is gone. I do have tires for it. I originally bought it for the tires for the other club car electric golf cart. So it has loaded tires on it. I wanted to see if I took the loaded tires off, how much the performance would improve. And believe me, it improved a lot. But a lot of people actually ask me, would I convert that one from electric to gas? Really, no, would be the answer on that, because that is a very complete golf cart and it works the way it is. So there's really no point converting something like that from electric to gas. But this one here is destined for the scrapyard or as a parts unit. It's got a good chassis. A friend of mine who helped me pick this up was interested in the chassis if I was going to scrap it, but since I'm not leaning towards scrapping this, I'm more leaning towards converting it. It's really something I want to hold on to. I don't really want to get rid of it just to make a trailer out of. It does have a couple soft spots on the floor right around here. Not a big deal. All that can be taken care of. The entire front end will have to be removed. The steering is good. It may look bent, but it's not. I did check it over. The steering does work. The rack and pinion does all work. The rear end works. You can turn the input shaft right there, and the rear axle does spin. The brakes work. They hold nice and tight. This is a oil-filled rear end. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but it's not a terribly old E-Z-GO, but it's definitely been around the block a few times. The guy I got it from, like I said, used it as a parts machine. He took parts off that he needed, and I bought it for the 4 tires, but it came with as a complete chassis. So I'm kind of happy I got the complete chassis, so I can figure out if I want to convert this from electric to gas. But like I said, any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. Is a link to a kit that's potentially available, primarily to convert the rear sprocket, or sorry, the rear spline shaft, so it can accept the sprocket and accept the gas engine. As I got lots of room in here to mount the engine. I know you can get the engine mounting kits, so you can actually mount that in place. If I have to push the engine forward out into the actual passenger compartment, that's not a big deal. I can even relocate the gas tank either to the left or to the right. I got lots of room, as I can run the battery either on the left or on the right. So that's not a big deal. Even if I have to run the tank lower, not a big deal. I even have extra lawn tractor tanks that will work as well. So doing stuff like that, keeping it down nice and low, that's not a huge deal. It's not a deal breaker. I can physically make it work. It's just going to be a bit of a tight squeeze to fit the engine in here coming back, and going to the rear end and keeping it everything down as low as possible without going below the actual belly of the golf cart. I've seen them run in the back before, but I don't really want to go with that option. I'd rather run it up front and try and make it work that way. Similar to how you would do it on a mini bike. Go from the engine, the torque converter setup, and to the rear end. Or I could even run a centrifugal clutch, but I'd rather run a torque converter because they can handle more power and they'll last a little bit longer, and it will be a bit better setup in my opinion running the torque converter. So again, if anyone has any suggestions, links to parts, links to kits that are available, any information I can get would be greatly appreciated. Over the weekend, I'm going to get this jacked back up and get the 4 tires back on. I'm going to an auction sale on Saturday, so I'll see what happens with that. But who knows, I might end up finding something there that I'd like even more, and this project will be dead in the water. But as it is right now, that's what I'm looking at doing, and any help is always greatly appreciated. And you guys know I am grateful for any help that I do get from anybody. So I'll talk to them later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please comment.